friends. Today we will discuss the story Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. It is in your first flight, page number 16. So let's discuss the title first of all. There are two words in the title, long walk and freedom, which are more important. Long walk means long journey, means many years of struggle by generations. So it talks about people's struggle for freedom. Nelson Mandela talks about freedom of two types, freedom both for the oppressed and the oppressor. Oppressed are the black people and the oppressors are the white people. For the black people, it is emancipation from apartheid, and for the white people, according to Mandela, it's freedom from hate, prejudice, and narrow mindedness. Introduction. This chapter is an extract from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, who was a South African anti apartheid revolutionary, political leader, and philanthropist. Anti apartheid means against apartheid. So, we'll discuss what apartheid is. Revolutionary means somebody who brings great changes. Political leader, the one who leads people for political changes. Philanthropist means somebody who works for other people, a humanitarian. The meaning of apartheid has been given on your screen. It means a system in some countries which promotes racial segregation, means living separately and denying the rights, political or economical rights. Now we'll start. Now, as you can either read the whole story and listen to the video, or you can read the particular page number given on the screen and then pause the video and listen to it. Okay, so we'll start with the page number 17 where the story starts. The starting of the chapter describes Nelson Mandela's swearing in ceremony. Swearing in means where somebody takes an oath for particular post or position. So he takes oath, he swears in as the first black president of South Africa. He was the first person to be elected in a fully representative democratic election. Page number 18. This on this page, his speech has been given. Okay, in his speech, first point, past memories, extraordinary human disaster, poverty, discrimination, suffering. So in his speech, he firstly talks about past memories of freedom fighters, the condition of the black people. They had to go through extraordinary sufferings. It is called human disaster by Nelson Mandela. And hope for future. So he hopes that in future in South Africa there will be peace, justice, and human dignity. So as we saw, these 2 points are there. In his speech, he talks about past, talks about future. So in his speech, Mandela expresses his good wishes for the future of his country. He emotionally recalls the poverty, injustice, deprivation, and all the sufferings the black people had to go through. He wishes that from now onwards there would be no place for injustice or oppressions in his country. He does not blame anybody for the past harrowing experiences of the black people. Rather, he calls the change in the socio-political system the common victory of peace, justice, and human dignity. This is something very important, students. Nelson Mandela's qualities which are revealed in his speech is humbleness means humility and modesty, and big heartedness means generosity and forgiving nature. See, uh, he doesn't call this victory as the victory of black people over white people, but he calls it the common victory of peace, justice, and human dignity. Okay, so he is generous and forgiving. He doesn't want to take revenge on the white people. He wants equal rights for everybody in his country. So this is something great about Nelson Mandela. On page 19, point 1, military forces to protect democracy. So he talks about the demonstration or display of military forces. Second point, long walk to freedom has brought painful memories, but at the same time, he has no grudge, resentment, or ill will for anybody. So these 2 points are there. He is overwhelmed by the past. He calls the parade as the demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy. He does not call it the display of power and authority. So for Nelson Mandela, military is not for showing, exhibiting the power or to frighten those who are weak, but it is for protection of democracy, protection of the equal rights of everybody. He recalls the painful memories of the racial domination of the white people against the black people. He calls this system as harsh and inhuman, but at the same time, he doesn't show any hatred for anybody. He doesn't have grudge, means constant hatred, resentment, or dislike, or ill will or bad intention for anybody. So, this is something which makes him great leader. Page 20. First point, his gratitude for all the freedom fighters. Gratitude means expression of thankfulness. Okay, so he is thankful to all the freedom fighters. Then he is talking about apartheid, that it has given deep wound, but it has brought out the courage, wisdom, and generosity. He is overwhelmed by the sense of history. He expresses his gratitude for all the freedom fighters who sacrificed for the freedom of the dark skinned people. He does not take all the credit for gaining the freedom. Mandela says that the policy of apartheid has created a deep wound in his country and his people in society. But the positive side of that brutality, brute means animal, brutality means behavior like an animal, means inhuman behavior, and oppressions means tyranny, that it has brought out the courage, wisdom, and generosity of the black people and gifted the country with the great freedom fighters. So it is out of those bad experiences, the people who were great, they came out like shining diamonds. Page 21. What is the importance of this type of struggle? I quote, perhaps it requires such depths of oppression to create such heights of character. I unquote. Nelson Mandela says that for creating the heights of character, for building the qualities like generosity, sense of sacrifice, living for other people, it requires depths of oppression. So this is example of antithesis as a figure of speech, because two opposite ideas are given, depths in one phrase, depths, and the other is heights. Then his views on bravery. I quote, the brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. I unquote. Nelson Mandela says that brave person is not the one who is not scared of anybody, but the one who defeats, he gets rid of his fear. So these things are there on page number 21. So the quotations are important. He cherishes his memories of the people who sacrificed their lives, the people who struggled and overcame their fear. Okay, so and his opinion about fear, I want you to remember what he believes about fear. I repeat that it's not the, is a brave person, a fearless person is not somebody who doesn't have any fear, but somebody who fights against it and conquers that fear, overcomes that fear. He thinks that for a person it is natural to love. So this is also one important point about love and hate. What are his views? He believes that for a person it is natural to love and it's not natural to hate somebody. There is a never dying flame of goodness in every person. We should remove the layers of hatred and prejudice so that the light of humanity can spread in the hearts and in the society. So this is what he believes in, and he lived his whole life for that. So he doesn't have any hatred for anybody, not even for the white officers who inflicted the sufferings on him in jail. Page number 22. Circumference of desire of freedom expands. Now if you, a circumference of the desire of freedom, firstly see the first point, he had desire for freedom for himself, and then it moved to freedom for his own people. So this is how he remembers that a black man was not even able to fulfill his obligations. Obligations means his moral duties to his family. And if he would try to do something good for his society, his life would be full of tortures and sufferings. We can know Mandela's love for freedom from his very childhood. As he grew up, he realized that his freedom was an illusion. There were many things he was not allowed to do. As the time went by, he started understanding that it was not only him but also the black people who were deprived of their rights in their own country, the other black people also. Now the hunger for freedom for his own people starts in him. So earlier he wished only for his own freedom, but he understood that his freedom is connected to the whole community. Page 23. His love for freedom, his gradual transformation into bold, rebellious, and selfless man. Now the change in his personality, he becomes a bold, brave, rebellious, the one who resists against injustice, and selfless man, the one who lives for other people. It's called selfless. Second point, his noble ideas, his great ideas on the oppressor and the oppressed. Okay, so this we will discuss. His love for freedom, his love for his fellow humans, his love for dignity, his love for self-respect transforms him into a bold, rebellious, and selfless man. The sufferings of the people became his own suffering. But in spite of all these oppressions by the white men, Mandela does not bear any hatred for them. He believes that the oppressor is also a slave of hatred. He is a prisoner of prejudice and narrow mindedness. Both the oppressor and the oppressed are robbed of their humanity in this way. Otherwise, it's clear that the oppressed ones, means the black people, they are prisoners, they are slaves. But how can the oppressor, the one who is who dominant, can be a slave? But they are, according to Nelson Mandela, slaves of their own narrow-minded thinking, their own prejudice, the hate in their hearts. So they are in the prison of their own mind. Okay, so this was the short summary. I will end the presentation by the thought given by Nelson Mandela, which is not in your chapter, but it is important to know. I quote, "A winner is a dreamer who never gives up." I unquote. Thank you very much.